The Indo-Pacific has ceased to be merely a global trade corridor. It has transformed into the stage for the most dangerous structural confrontation in modern history. The competition between Washington and Beijing has moved beyond traditional muscle flexing into a quintessential struggle over who will define the maritime rules for the next century. While Beijing has successfully converted its massive industrial power into overwhelming numerical superiority, Washington is racing against time to build a hybrid fleet relying on robotics and artificial intelligence to compensate for its shortage of manned platforms. In this comprehensive intelligence report, we will dissect how Taiwan became the most dangerous flashpoint on Earth, reveal the secret weapons China is hiding in the depths of the ocean, and analyze how America plans to respond through the new Squad alliances. We are diving into the details that mainstream news won't show you. The backbone of any naval power is its industrial base, and here lies the Pentagon's greatest shock. Leaked intelligence reports from the U.S. Office of Naval Intelligence indicate that Chinese shipbuilding capacity exceeds American capacity by approximately 232 times in certain quantitative measures. This terrifying figure is not just a statistic, it is a grim reality that allowed the People's Liberation Army Navy, or PLAN, to grow into the world's largest fleet with 395 naval platforms by the end of 2025, with ambitions to reach 435 ships by 2030. In contrast, the U.S. Navy is suffering from a historic contraction, with its battle force ship count dropping to around 280 units as older vessels are decommissioned faster than new ones can be built. China is following a swarm strategy, building hundreds of smaller ships, frigates, and corvettes ideal for controlling territorial waters and strangling Taiwan, while the U.S. remains a global expeditionary force reliant on massive strike groups. This places Washington in a mass dilemma: how to face hundreds of targets simultaneously within a narrow geographic first island chain zone. The year 2025 witnessed pivotal milestones in Chinese fleet modernization, most notably the entry of the third aircraft carrier, the Fujian, into active service last November. The Fujian represents a quantum leap, as it's the first Chinese carrier equipped with an electromagnetic aircraft launch system, or EMALS, placing it technically close to the American Gerald Ford class. However, ICE desk analysts have identified structural vulnerabilities. The carrier relies on conventional rather than nuclear propulsion, which limits its operational range and creates logistical bottlenecks during sustained combat. Parallel to the carriers, China continued the production of Type 055 destroyers, which Americans classify as cruisers due to their massive armament. In January 2026, the destroyer Yan'an was spotted using advanced electronic jamming systems to repel foreign military aircraft near Taiwan, the first public documentation of such offensive electronic tactics in the region, indicating that Beijing is no longer content with defense, but is innovating its own weapons to impose a new reality. We are now in the heart of the naval robotics race. Washington has launched the Replicator initiative to deploy thousands of cheap autonomous ships and drones to offset the numerical gap. By early 2026, American unmanned surface vessels like Sea Hunter and Seahawk transitioned from experimental status to active duty within strike groups. But the Chinese response has been staggering. Secret tests in the South China Sea revealed extra-large unmanned underwater vehicles, or XXLUUVs, with a range of up to 10,000 nautical miles. These stealthy submarines, powered by advanced lithium batteries, are capable of reaching the U.S. West Coast to plant mines or launch torpedoes without detection. Furthermore, at the Dimdex 2026 exhibition in Qatar, China's Norinco showcased the Sharp Shark 10, an armed unmanned vessel equipped with a vertical launch system for loitering munitions or suicide drones. This means that the robot versus robot front has officially begun, and unmanned systems now form the core of maritime competition. Taiwan remains the detonator that could ignite a global conflict. In late 2025, China executed the Justice Mission drills, a full rehearsal for imposing a total naval and aerial blockade on the island. For the first time, Chinese missiles landed less than 24 miles from the Taiwanese coast, the closest live projectiles in history. China is now training to strangle Taiwan economically and militarily to break the first island chain and reach deep waters. In response, the Squad Alliance emerged, comprising the US, Australia, Japan, and the Philippines as a coordinated maritime shield conducting intensive anti-submarine warfare and mid-sea refueling drills. As we approach 2027, known as the Davidson Window, tensions are entering a critical stage of strategic attrition. While Washington maintains strategic ambiguity, the world watches cautiously for any minor incident that could spiral into total war. The competition between the two superpowers is not just an arms race, it is a fight over the rules that will govern our seas for the rest of the 21st century. Washington is fighting to preserve a rules-based international order, while Beijing seeks to impose a new reality reflecting its rising power and national ambitions. The stability of the Indo-Pacific in 2026 depends on the ability of both sides to manage daily frictions and avoid any miscalculation that could reshape history forever. Do you believe the American hybrid fleet can overcome China's massive mass, or has the era of American naval dominance reached its end? Share your technical thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Ice Desk for more deep intelligence reports. This was the analysis team. We will see you in the next video.